About 6 days ago, you may have seen some breathless headlines in the New York Times about how productivity, which is a term not actually defined within the article I'm talking about, is supposedly ticking up for the first time in years, and we should look to 1994 for clues on how glorious our immediate work future is going to be. The article, which you can look up if you want, I'll link it below, is broadly complete trash and doesn't define terms and ignores that a 1994 parallel makes no sense because that's 2 years before Section 230, 4 years before Google commenced, a freaking decade before Facebook, and nowhere near automation and generative AI. It's like a textbook apples and oranges comparison. The other thing the article completely ignores, which most business journalism unfortunately also ignores, is that a lot of managers have no idea how to define what productivity even is. Welcome back to Quiet Part Out Loud, my attempt to expose some flaws in conventional thinking and discussion via YouTube, and hopefully learn how to make more entertaining videos along the way. I'm not there yet on the second part, but I see myself actually editing and B-rolling tomorrow's video. Welcome to my back house of my Fort Worth, Texas property. That is some type of abstract New York painting. This is a backwards Nebraska Cornhusker shirt, and here we are. Productivity is a complicated topic, and it's a suitcase word in that it carries many definitions for many people, but I can quickly outline the problems with managerial thinking around productivity for you. Number one, except in sales and perhaps operations, the numbers that go into defining productivity are extremely fluffy. Almost no one knows how you would define HR or even marketing as productive. A lot of people claim to, but it's usually a lie if you actually look a little deeper. Number two, most, not all, but most managers define productivity simply as presenteeism. That's why you saw a massive uptick in employee surveillance software during COVID and after COVID, which sold about 2,000% higher by some measure. Digital presenteeism is massively real. Some call it green light syndrome. It's the idea that you always have to be on, present, responding to things. Many managers view that as a productive employee, even if in between those hair on fire, sense of urgency moments, the employee is just scrolling Instagram. 3, how we promote in organizations is usually either based on politics or savage target hitting. So we tend to promote managers that either don't understand what productivity could mean or have a very limited sense of productivity in terms of their accomplishments before becoming a manager. Neither of these types of managers really knows how to coach anyone or recontextualize productivity. That's where you get a lot of micromanagement from too. 4, most managers tend to focus very deeply, and I mean very deeply, on task work, i.e. deadlines, deliverables. Those are all well and good, but those tend to be controllable small elements that, while important to work getting done, they're also things that you can control, but things that don't really impact the big picture at all. So what happens in organizations is you have a lot of people running around, being busy, doing things, being quote-unquote productive, but in reality, no one knows what the hell is going on at the end of the day. Most places are like that. Again, not all, but the ones I've worked at, the ones my friends have worked at, etc. So many of our problems discussing productivity come from the fact that we try to squeeze 1906 models of working. You can go Google Frederick Winslow Taylor if you want, into 2024 models of working, especially 2024 post-pandemic models, and that doesn't work. Reducing employees to tasks and widgets like calls per hour or leads per week doesn't work for everyone. That's not the majority of jobs in a knowledge economy. And as a result, many managers just default to availability, or I can see that person, I can see them online, as a stand-in for productivity. That just gives us temple of busy and the confusion between busy and productive. So question, do you think managers understand productivity?